the email, but I just responded to your email with a recommended welcome email. I started adjusting things and then I just kept going and I wrote a whole new thing. So we could probably like blend the two, merge the two, but I wrote out an example of that welcome email that I would be excited to use or to receive from my perspective. And so we can look and compare the two and see how we can kind of fit them together. So that's one thing we should go through today. And then obviously just updates on progress for setting up your email programs and the flow of things within the software. And if you've got any, stats or feedback on some of the new campaigns that you've been running.
Yeah, I was just dealing the first part of the day with Facebook arguing with these guys because they denied all my ads because I'm advertising alcohol in my ads.
What?
So it's like, what the hell, guys? So I was just back and forth, and yeah, they just released my ads literally an hour ago, and it's like wasted 16 hours because of stupid algorithms they have.
Yeah.
Reading the ads, and it was just very frustrating. But
What was it?
finally running.
What-
They
what-
won't tell me. They won't tell me because like we are not able to disclose because we don't want people to start to try to go around our methods of qualifying ads. I'm like, guys, seriously, like.
Well, your methods suck. That's what they do.
Definitely. I wish there was another platform. I was already swearing over, like I want to leave them, but it's not possible. But I'm pretty excited, not gonna lie. I just launched another ad. Basically, we can go through them afterwards. I'm pretty excited with the email campaigns. Literally, the second the ads ran, I got the first lead already in like 30 minutes,
Oh,
which
wow.
usually takes some time for people to start submitting, but it was very quick. And seems like a legit lead with Toronto number, which is rare because coming soon, I ran a campaign. It was just like Ottawa, Belleville, Montreal numbers coming in. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
really?
Yeah, so let's see. Emails, I'm also pretty excited about, but I like what you just text.
Well, you speak French, don't you?
Me? No.
You don't?
I could read like 3 words if I had to. I could figure out where the toilet is, or that's about it.
We got one lead where Edgar's was like, "Hey there, you," and he mentions the name, and he's like, "We." He's like, "Did you sign up under a? Did you sign up for a to get more information on property? No." No. He's
No.
like, "Okay, do you speak English? No."
Comment ça va?
Yeah, it was weird, but it's okay.
Okay. Edgar, show us, like me and you chatted a little bit about it yesterday. Take Joe through the numbers, not just the numbers, but maybe more like the emails. Let's take a look at the emails of what we had set up. I was looking through the email that you sent, Joe. Very nice. It's kind of like
The one just now? Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's different, right? Like
original.
part of the thing that I'm trying to think is like, what would people expect to see? Let's do the opposite of that, right? Because people get email notifications from companies, and if we can make it feel more like there's a person behind it, then I think we're winning, right?
Yeah. So let's take a look at the email sequences.
Okay.
All right. So basically what we did, I think I can still adjust the day 2 and day 3 in terms of the neighborhood. It could launch quicker, maybe at the end of the first day, maybe within 12 hours or 10 hours, they receive a neighborhood video right away while they're still fresh about that property. But basically, if we go through the emails here, obviously the first one is still the long thing that we had.
Yeah,
right. This is what it looks like. At the end, there is an automatic my email signature. Basically what it looks like, if I could figure it out. how to find this. I don't know. I don't know. Can you see my email thingy or you just see the desktop?
I just see the desktop with the KV core on it.
Okay, let me just find the thingy. I don't even know how to find it now. Uh, Inbox.
It's just the normal email signature, name, company.
Anyways, yeah,
number.
company option to unsubscribe, basically just.
Right, yeah, the
sure.
mandatory stuff, yeah.
Right, then second thing that comes in 5 minutes to their email is a text message. Unfortunately, they cannot reply to the number that is connected with the CRM. It's a big bummer.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the way it's set up. If you want it, it's like $30 a month to set your own number to basically purchase a smart number. Right, it doesn't look so clear here, but if you look, I don't know if I can really show, if you can really see what it looks like here. So they have an option to click on the text message and they have an option to click on my phone number right away under the name.
Right,
So it looks a little better than here on the platform, right? You
yeah,
can
yeah,
still
I gotcha.
tweak it here and there, but they can't reply to this phone number that they get the message from.
So in this section, we were supposed to have a question. Does it make sense for you to have a question? Because they can't really respond back to the.
Yeah, hey,
It's a bummer. I don't know.
that's weird.
So-
And so if you pay that subscription fee, you get a phone number through their platform, but it's still not your phone number, right?
It's a different phone number, yeah, but it's like a smart number.
through that-
But that's gonna be connected with your phone. You can connect it and you can reply. They can reply to.
Right.
So we have access to a number like this through RealVolve.
You do?
Yeah, we do. But the reason why we wanted to separate the two is because we didn't want to have a bunch of leads show up on RealVolve. We only wanted the clean stuff. to
Yeah.
be on RealVolve. So that's.
I mean, $30 a month. To me, it's worth a test, right?
Yeah,
If
that's
you
what
use
I-
it for 2 months and people aren't responding or whatever, you're like, we don't need to spend that $30. But I think I'd be surprised if someone received an email from an agent and it didn't look like I could respond, right? What does it actually show you as the number that it comes from? Is it like *4321 or something?
No. It shows like a phone number, 226-212-5126, like a phone number.
And what happens if you try to reply?
It kicks out something like your text to KV Core will not be delivered. Please use KV Core mobile app to contact directly to respond.
That's not ideal.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be maybe a notification text message to the team members.
Not necessarily. I think this is also something that you can get a text message if you log in, if you open an account in the KV Core as a member, then you can communicate through the KV Core app. But this is not something, this is kind of like a reminder for things rather than engaging people.
Yeah. It's more like if you were sending a property notification or something, or yeah.
Anyways, I think we can definitely test this thing out and see how is the engagement and move from there. And
Yeah.
then 1 hour later, I receive a notification to follow up with that lead. I get a text message. And then basically we get, for now, how it's set up, day 2, we get a virtual showing offering. So basically it says, hi, first name, blah, blah. You can book a virtual showing here.
Eddie,
And
just a quick question. Why don't you do the text message for you to follow up on the call instantly? Why don't you do it instantly and then you can follow up anytime within an hour to 2 hours from that time? Like if you get it an hour after, then we've lost an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is kind of, I would say this is a reminder call message, because whenever I get a lead, I right away get a text message that a new
Yeah.
lead came in. Yeah,
You do? Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I get a text message and then this 1 hour later is kind of first call. I could say this is a great reminder. If 1 hour passed, it's like, hey, you got to call this person.
Mhm.
Right. And yeah. Then the virtual showing basically was this one. I had a text. I don't know if we want to review the text. Is there something we can change? I tried to make it very light. I was just kind of typing whatever I felt like typing, trying to engage.
Why do you have
Mhm.
the text in red, Eddie?
What?
Why is the text in red inside the thing?
I don't know. To put more pressure on, put more attention on the button, but like boom, red. You know,
If anything, it should be green.
green.
Yeah,
Okay.
either a branded color or green. Green just means like, I mean, go for it. Like, do it. Let's move forward. Let's keep going. Red means like watch out.
Stop.
Okay.
Look, a virtual showing. Sounds dangerous.
Okay, I'll work on that one. Obviously, so this takes them right away to my Calendly account. They can book it in 30 minutes. So then if they forgot which property I'm talking about, click on the picture below. So they click on it. So it takes right away to the actual property website. Right. And then, yeah, so that's it.
What's that property worth? Just curious.
1.35.
Nice. I was gonna say it looked like a good size house.
Yeah, so that's virtual showing. Then the neighborhood, basically what happens is, again, quick text here. I'm reaching out again, sharing something very important. Property, blah, blah, blah.
That you need
Deadline.
located. Make sure the matches yours and your family needs, lifestyles, and comfort. This is why we have created a little sneak peek of the neighborhood in which our property is located at Lisgar and Mississauga.
So they,
I wouldn't put Lisgar, Eddie. I'd put I'd put the Trelawney Estates. To view the video, please click on the picture below. Okay.
yeah, so basically when they click this one, so it goes to the YouTube video
Mhm.
of 2 minutes. I don't know if we want to watch the whole video, but I kind of,
Did you see it, Joe?
I haven't seen the updated video now.
Tell me what you think of it. Raise the volume, Eddie.
Why, you need the music?
We need the full experience. So you didn't change, you kept the minutes, it goes away, eh?
No, it's some, no, I try to keep, I don't know, like this is quick. It switched to another property, right? Another school. I kept as long as I can. Some parts maybe I just forgot. So, this one is a little late, but yeah.
Looks like it's windy.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love the context. Like to be able to know that all of this stuff is so accessible.
Alright. So,
Yeah, that's great. So I guess the idea is that you would just update all of those times for a new property if it's in the same location, and then the clip at the end with the actual property.
yeah, in a way. So I have the footage, I can update the times and add extra footage or so, right? So when they are here, they can automatically access the actual property video, right? And if they read the description, then
Hey.
they can also view the property website.
Eddie, can we make the top say now visit the property or like property video? Because it's not clear that this is a
I
property.
can't do that now, bro, anymore. I have to undo everything, delete everything, redo the video.
No. I'm talking in YouTube,
This call to action at the end.
in the call to action at the end. In YouTube, you can do that.
Like say here,
Yeah, you see where it pops up, that button on the left? You can put something underneath or above.
The video card right on the video where it says 6221 10th line.
okay, I know what you mean, yeah. I don't know, probably, yes, I don't
Not
know.
clear. It looks like you're gonna watch the same video all over again. If I see it, I may not press it again. So anyway, something to play with
Yeah.
here.
Or even, I mean, you could change the title of that video to say like home tour or home
Inside,
something.
inside,
And then the address. So it starts with home tour. I think that would
that would do the trick.
get you there.
Okay, I think I can add something here to type here to view the property, like a click here. Maybe, I don't know, I've
Mhm.
never done this before. Add element, I don't know what kind of video playlist channel. So no, I can't really do that. Yeah, okay, I'll play with that. I'll see
Yeah.
what I can do. How to leave this now? Okay. So yeah, basically that's where we at with the neighborhood video. So then it goes to the property video again. So that one is also same thing. It starts a little bit different. Have the property link again. This
Yep.
one's a little more branded. It has the Samara Homes logo and it's just more about the property.
Yeah.
So that's just going through everything.
So what do you think, first of all, before we move forward, what do you think of the neighborhood video? Because we spent a good amount of time last time talking about how we can capture that essence. Out of 10, how much of the essence did Edgar successfully capture? What are some notes or things that we can improve on the next one?
I love just the context and the value that you get by seeing like schools, and you can see the shot and you can see how far away it is. I would almost put like sections to the video. Like you already have sections because you talk about schools, you talk about shopping, you talk about restaurants. But if there's a
Still, like a still or like a B-roll, like schools.
yeah, like a full screen like graphic with the text on it that says like schools, and then you could like bullet list like 4 schools or something under it, and then go into the shots of the schools and show how far away they are, kind of thing. Just so it's more obvious when you're going from one thing to the next. The other thing would be one of the shots in there, 1 or 2 of the shots in the schools, it showed the name of the school, but it was really quick. And so I didn't get whether it was an elementary school or a high school or whatever before it moved to the next shot. So just be careful with how
Fast.
making sure that they've got enough time to read the name of the school or read the name of the restaurant before you move to the next piece.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so your note about kind of the B-roll, when we start the new section, you could have like, if you had a giant word across the screen that said restaurants, and the background video was just a video like close up of some plates and food and something like that to get people like, yeah, restaurants, this is what we're looking at now, and then show the restaurant shots. Yeah. But I mean, overall, like this is great. I think there's so much value in having that video.
Awesome. The one thing that I can.
Because that honestly, like when I was buying my house, it took so long to understand all the different neighborhoods, and we had to go and see a property in the neighborhood, talk to the real estate agent while we were at that property and ask them like, oh, like where's the closest school and the shopping center here, see how far away things are. And so it took us a month to figure out how we felt about these different neighborhoods. and where and what it was in relation to. So this video would have sped up that process so much for us.
I think the other element that could be more of a creative element is the lifestyle capture, like when he did the mall and then he walked through the mall, they did some shots from the mall. Adding as much of these, it could make it more interactive, more fun. But amazing, I think it's amazing, and I
Yeah,
do agree. I think
great.
some separation by B-roll. I think one thing that we can follow up with on top of the video would be like, well, how do these schools rate? Like, what are the ratings of these schools? That could be in the email itself. And
Yeah. So you just got to be careful with that stuff, right? Because some areas might not have the highest rated schools. It was interesting because we were looking at a property here that was in the pretty much the worst neighborhood in Kelowna, and it had the second lowest rated school in the province was next to that property. And so, you know, it's a conversation that the agent's got to like kind of dance around. Like, oh, you know, it's not the neighborhood's improving over the next, you know, so and so years. They're not seeing as much of blank issue, and, you know, give people hope for the future in that neighborhood. So you don't want to like pigeonhole yourself into having to put it into a template on the video. But if you have a good neighborhood with really good rated schools or something, yeah, it would be worthwhile to add it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. to
Okay,
move
so
on?
this is day 3.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we need to share this quicker. Maybe end of the first day, something, you right away get a view of the neighborhood. I don't know, what do you guys think about that?
I think if they're getting a welcome email, a text message, and a phone call on the first day, that's enough. If this is on the second day, so your second day is a virtual showing call to action. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put it on the first day, either the second or the third day.
Okay. Okay, I assume you want to change the red here as well.
we stick to one color. I think we can either stick to the branded yellow, which is what the color of the brand is. And we should do that with all the buttons.
What about this then?
It's fine. We have to choose one that we can kind of complement with the brand. I think the top is more important.
Okay.
Are you allowed? What are you allowed to do with that Royal LePage logo? Do they have a black and white version?
Yeah. There's a black and white, and there's a black and black. An all black version.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it wouldn't distract from your brand colors.
That could be another solution too. We can either go all white or all black, white on black, and black and white.
Okay. Okay, I'll look into the colors. That's a small thing to change quickly.
Yeah.
Basically, so those are the first major touch-ups regarding the property. Then we kicked in the Amazon giveaway on day 5. They receive an email looking like this. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Get a chance to win Amazon gift card once a month worth $100. Here's a sign up, basically takes them to a Monday form, basically has a little explanation about, again, what they're signing up, name, contact info, and Instagram username, right? And once they either have this thing, they can scan it through phone or open through the button. I don't know how to get it here. It's supposed to be here, but every time I review it, it's here. When I edit, it's there. So it's kind of playing games with me. And again, the typical here, have the logo. I don't know why it's so much to the side now. It was more centered. Basically, that's the Amazon.
So what are they signing up for? They're just signing up for this giveaway.
Monthly giveaway, $100 gift card, yeah.
But what do you get out of it?
They need to follow us on social media.
Right.
Does it clearly say that?
It says follow us, register at the button below, and follow us on Instagram. I'm just wondering why do they have to fill out that form if you already have their name, their email, and their phone number?
Why don't we just add them on Instagram?
Why don't you just tell them to follow you on Instagram and I don't know, some kind of action like comment on our last photo or something like that. I'm just wondering because like filling out that form, does it do anything for you, for them? Is there a reason to fill out that form?
I think the instructions, can you go down, Eddie, on the page there? What happens if they scan the code? They get the form,
It just goes to Instagram, to the page.
goes to the page. Okay, so.
So
um,
typically what people are doing for this type of giveaway would be if you subscribe to our emails and follow us on Instagram, then you're entered for a chance to win. But you've already got their emails. So we're doing the $100 giveaway to get people over to Instagram. So can we do that without them filling out that form? That's kind of
So
what
this-
I'm thinking about.
This Instagram campaign is gonna run everywhere, not just in these emails. That's an Instagram campaign that's running on Instagram, it's running everywhere.
Okay,
If you want a chance to, so actually, how are we gonna run this on Instagram when they're already following us? Like, what are we getting from it? They follow us on Instagram.
so I guess here, that makes a little bit more sense. So your purpose here is to get them to follow you on Instagram. If they're on Instagram, your purpose is to get them to subscribe to your emails. Right?
Yeah.
So can we clear up that message?
We
So
should,
your Instagram post says, subscribe to our emails and sign up for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And your message here is follow us on Instagram and comment on our last post for a chance to win.
I like the comment on the last post. I think that's a good idea. And I think it needs to be a little clearer that the winner of this draw, of our monthly draw, will will have to have followed us and have commented on a message on one of our posts, like for them to qualify for the prize.
Mhm.
Like, I think it just needs to be clear that this $100 gift. How do we make it more clear? So,
Mhm.
or is the messaging clear enough in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm just still trying to process this kind of double campaign thing. Because if you've got people on your Instagram page, you don't want to send the wrong signal, right? To the people that are already on your Instagram page, and you're like, hey, you have to do this thing to get $100, but then these other people have to just like us on Instagram. And the people on Instagram are like, well, I'm already liking you on Instagram. Why can't I be in the draw? I got to go to this other form. So I'm wondering if it should be a little bit more simplified, not doing both, right?
And the purpose of the form is just so that we have an accumulation of who applied, like you who took action, who clicked.
Mhm.
It's not just you need to follow us in order to qualify. You have to have signed in for this. You have to have taken action. But it'd be nice to tie in something, do something with it, like either comment or tag us or something.
Yeah,
We have to be careful what we do with this because we need to automate things as much as possible, right? I don't want to sit there and check every Instagram post after who commented. Did they follow? Did they sign up? Who signed up for emails? That's gonna be an additional additional task. It's gonna take too much unneeded time.
totally.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So the the purpose of that form then is to simplify the process for you guys. It's not to actually gather more information.
It's to put them
So you
aside.
can then look through that form, you randomly pick somebody, and then you just double check before you send anything to them. You double check that they are actually following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
If they're not, you move to the next one and pick a different one.
That was the idea,
for
yeah.
your draw. Okay, so I just didn't want to like needlessly make people do a form if there wasn't a purpose to it, but that is a very good point, Eggers. Like, we don't want to be scrolling through tons of people on Instagram, like, oh, did this person do it? And then go back and check our emails or see if we have their name or something like that. So that makes sense. I don't think you need to change this too much, other than maybe just some of the language in this email to be a
And
little.
sorry, a quick thing also to interrupt, sorry, Joe. If we are trying to also get our Instagram followers to get into our newsletter, for example, right? These people that are gonna be automatically enrolled into our newsletter, since they sign up through property, they get into our newsletter, let's just say. If they insert the email again, they are not gonna get enrolled again into the news. They're already there, so their contact info will stay there.
Yeah.
But and their info as well will stay. It's not going to create a new profile. But the Instagram people, if they sign up, they will get enrolled into our newsletter, and we are using the same form basically.
Yeah.
And that's it. So we capture our Instagram followers to follow be in the newsletter, and the new followers to follow us on Insta, but they will automatically be enrolled in the newsletter.
So the messaging on Instagram needs to be clear that you're subscribing to the newsletter.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a different post and story run probably once a week as an additional content. Enroll in our newsletter for a chance to win $100 Amazon gift card monthly, right? Monthly draw, whatever. And yeah.
I'm wondering, can you say recommend us to friends?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is like, share, and follow is typically why they use the giveaways to gain more following. We need to think about this, how we could gain following from our followers to make them share the posts and make people interested into something like this as well.
I think try to do that as a separate campaign.
Yeah.
We don't want to try and grow our email list and our Instagram with the same campaign. It's not going to be as effective.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're going to say, go here, fill this form, make sure you like our thing, then share it with your friends. And then we've got to track all of that and figure out who's gonna win. If you just do an Instagram campaign later to grow your Instagram account, then you can say, make sure you follow us, like the post and comment on it with, recommend it to one of your friends that might be looking to buy a home in the next little while. And then you're entered into our draw. So you go through one particular post, you see there's 100 people that commented on it, you pick a random one and you message them through Instagram to get their information to give them the prize. So you're not getting all of them to go and fill out that form. You're just doing that campaign through Instagram, and you'll probably get way more interaction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's a separate campaign, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Have this one, the focus of it be more about the email sign up. When you post on it on Instagram.
Okay. Cool. Okay, So if we're moving forward, I still didn't, I didn't work on this, Omar, we discussed it yesterday. There's gonna be another text message, just basically, I wanna follow up to their text saying that I sent an email regarding Amazon gift card giveaway.
Mhm.
And basically, maybe drop a link here again. If you missed the chance to register, click here and follow us on Instagram, basically.
Mhm.
Just like a reminder, if it slipped their mind, if they want, they go, if they don't, they don't, up to them. Right?
Yeah.
And then the last one, day 9, for now, we have the invest smarter and risk less as the Omar's thing from the newsletter.
Mhm.
Quick video for him to click, that goes to YouTube, right?
You're paying around 3,800.
I was like, Omar is talking. And then, yeah, basically you can sign up. Again, this is, again, red. I don't know why I chose red. This is basically these
It's
things.
probably the default or something.
Could be, yeah. So yeah, that's the invest smarter and risk less. So basically that's the last email for now that we have. And then I think once they pass this, we can add them to a newsletter automatic, and we can create a more buyer seller generic type email campaign that keeps running like for a year or two, once a week touch up or something, something lighter. So they stay there. So that's pretty much it in terms of the emails.
What happens if you get a hold of them before, like on that first call?
Okay.
So
Nothing
the,
really. I think we kind of assess if we can help them in any way, and
so the only thing that might be weird, you just got to watch like the language that you put in some of the emails, because you got to think about it as if you've not talked to this person, as well as if you have talked to this person. How does it look receiving that email? And so the neighborhood email is probably fine, because you're like, hey, here's some more information about the property, regardless of what happened on that phone call or about the neighborhood. But that virtual showing email might sound weird if you just talked to them on the phone the day before. So is there an option? Can you stop this sequence or skip an email in this sequence if you actually get a hold of somebody?
Yeah, you can do that. It's just work.
I'm just thinking, because you're going to have their profile, their information up on the computer screen while you're making that phone call. If you actually talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, I'd like to book a virtual showing, or can I come see it on Saturday? You're like, okay, sounds good. You want to stop that second email from going, because otherwise the next day they're going to see an email that says, hey, do you want to book a virtual showing? And they're like, oh, I thought I just did that.
yeah, true.
Just something to consider.
Why do you make life complicated, Joe?
Because I dealt with this with other companies. They'd be like, their customers would get emails and be like, this doesn't make sense for me based on what I just did, or something like that, right?
So what's the recommendation? Because if he stops the full thing, it's going to, they're losing out on.
I don't know the features of this.
This is
Kind of
two separate.
platform.
Actually, I think Eddie, you only have one right now, right? But we were talking about making two separate.
Exactly. And that's part of the purpose of making it two separate campaigns, is so that if you don't get a hold of them, they go through all of the emails, they start campaign 2, and they go through all the emails. If you do get a hold of them, you cancel the first campaign and skip right to the second one, which is more informational, right?
Yeah.
Right now, the way.
And honestly, like, you could launch this, see how it goes. You're not going to have like a ton of people that you're calling and they're actually answering that first time right away. So it's not going to be an immediate issue, but something you could move towards as these campaigns get rolling and you get more success.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Obviously, we're gonna need a lot of cleaning from this. Probably the first campaign is just gonna be the top 3 touch-ups, and then even if I touch up with them, I put them a hashtag yes answer, hashtag no answer, and those hashtags trigger different email campaigns right away distributed to them, right?
Mhm.
That's all. Yeah, that's gonna have to be cleaned up after. This is just a rough, kind of
Yeah.
module of what we are going to do.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, what you've got is a great, great start. Do you want to quickly go through that welcome email that I sent?
Yeah, I
want-
actually liked it. Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, Joel, if we were to focus on 2 questions before we wrap up, and we can go through the email separately, just because of the lack of time.
Okay.
At this point, where we had brought the initial email sequences, what are actions or changes that we need to do to make these email sequences more effective? And the second question is that video that Edgar spent a long time producing and doing and shooting, how could that video be put into other areas to create even more value?
Mm,
One thing is that video is being used as well for a ad, as an ad. So it's an ad piece. It's also going in as information for the client. What can we use that video for other than that, so that we're really squeezing all the effort that you're put in? So these are the questions. What are your thoughts?
So the first question about making that email sequence more effective, we really need to see it run before we can do much else with it. So we've made a bunch of assumptions. We've said this is the sequence of events we think is going to help bring people to a conversation with us. So we designed that based on a bunch of assumptions. We get it running, and we can track how many people receive or open different pieces of that email sequence, or how many people unsubscribe. If we find that, that second email, everyone's just like unsubscribing right away, then we really need to reconsider that second email and adjust our strategy to something more value driven or whatever it is, right? So until we actually turn that sequence on, I don't know if there's much else we can do to adjust it. I know before we talked about what's this consistency like between the content that people see, or where the person in the ad or something like that, and how they get followed up with later on. There's probably work to be done before people get to this campaign, if we're pushing them to this campaign from other places than just that one kind of Facebook property ad. If we're doing more content focused pushes as well. So let's say you do your YouTube videos and people watch those YouTube videos, and you have a call to action in that YouTube video to subscribe or to sign up to your emails. If they're going to get this similar sequence of campaigns, we need to make sure, the people in those marketing videos that you create are the same people that are going to be following up. So if it's Edgar's, then that's fine. Yeah, anyways, long story short, I think we need to run with this and see where people drop off, and then reevaluate those particular pieces to see if we can adjust them and improve them.
Where would our focus have to be between now and the next meeting?
How many different campaigns are you planning on setting up? And how much budget, what do those ads look like? Because we haven't actually talked about those specific ads that you're running for these campaigns now. So that's another topic of discussion, to see if we can, optimize those Facebook ads. But yeah, I mean, getting those ads up and running is probably your next biggest task. I don't know what exactly you have planned in terms of long-term content, the newsletters, the videos. We haven't touched base on that in a little while. So I'd like to kind of see maybe if you can give a bit of an outline of what your overall kind of content strategy is over the next couple of months. If you've got planned videos, if you've got any articles or reports or things that you're planning on producing. If you have an outline of that, and then we can really dive into what's that kind of larger content strategy outside of this campaign.
The plan for us would be that just one video a month.
Mhm.
Video a month or one email a month, where they will have access to a video and an access for them to subscribe to the texting feature, the texting option. That's it. That's it. There's no additional touch points other than that, just one. And that's the same follow-up email that not just internet leads get, but also our clients get.
Mhm.
That's what we have so far.
Don't you have the other subscription that you're promoting for Risk Less, Invest Smarter, whatever it is?
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it. That could be a second, yeah.
Okay.
How many do you think we should have?
Sorry?
How many emails should go out to an internet lead in a monthly basis?
One at a minimum, and probably at a maximum for your situation from a real estate agent, probably 2.
Maximum 2?
Yeah, I wouldn't go too much more than that, unless somebody's like really invested in your educational content, and they've signed up for a specific thing to receive consistent emails. I would probably leave it at 1 for now. The biggest thing is like, what's the value in that video? What are the topics in that video? Are we creating one long video, or is it kind of a shorter video answering a question? If you can produce like one email is good, I think that's probably a good place to start, but that doesn't mean that your content needs to stop at one video, right?
We have 4 videos.
Mm-hmm.
We shoot an hour and you get 4 15-minute videos.
Yeah.
And then
So I think next time let's talk about what those topics are, because and how are they evergreen topics, things that last a long time, or are they more timely and it needs to be addressed and promoted in the next couple of months if it's market related. Some of the content that I found useful looking at real estate agents here through my journey was about, I had questions about how rentals work within detached homes, information around that, how native land, like leasehold land, what that affected in terms of where I was buying and how I was buying. And so there's the like kind of evergreen topics that don't really change that much, but you can help answer those questions. And if you can do it specific to your area, then people will search, Toronto leasehold land. Kind of what does that mean? I don't know how much of it you guys have out there, but yeah, so I think like let's do a good job of thinking about those topics and making sure we're really answering people's questions, because that's what YouTube and Google are for, right? People have a question and we want to answer it for them. Market updates are great when you have an audience or people to send it to. They can see that market update if they're in your email list, that sort of thing. But people aren't necessarily looking on YouTube for market update, right? If they're searching for best schools in Toronto to live by, or other kind of topical pieces that don't change very often, those types of videos will get found quite a bit more.
So that's for the YouTube strategy.
Yeah. And I mean, you can use those videos everywhere, but YouTube is the place where people can find them easiest, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's make sure that we put a section, a part of the conversation in our next meeting to talk about the strategy there. As for what we can do with the email sequences, what I suggest, Eddie, is running for a week what we have already worked on, getting the data, and then potentially either running a second property campaign, like something there. We can get permission from someone else, either another listing, or maybe the property that we're coming with that's coming up. As soon as we get a green light on the other condo that we're listing, we can either run that as well, but running multiple so that when we're actually comparing the stats, we actually have multiple ad campaigns to compare to. We're still plugging in the same content. It's not really costing us much difference. There are certain pieces of content that we will not be creating for other agents' listings, right? So only for our listings will we do the neighborhood thing, which takes a lot of time. But for any other listing that we want to create, we're only basically throwing in the same email sequences, maybe starting to add that educational email sequences that we talked about, the Richard Robbins and the by referral only. I think that could be our focus for the next call is, can we add another 3 emails to that sequence that's educational based? And maybe can we run another property or 2 properties as well and see how, as a testing phase, how are these different properties in different locations acting and how are they doing? Using the same emails that we've created. I think that would be a good place for us to.
Yeah. Because I think one of the tracks of what you're focused on is the campaign listings, right? The listing campaigns. So per property, you're going to have this funnel, this campaign that we're working on. That's everything we're talking about today. Then we have our content kind of stream of things. What are those long-term emails, newsletters, and videos that we're creating? And then the third one is kind of, I would probably recommend doing branded educational style real estate videos on ads for Facebook. So not listing focused ads, but branded educational focused ads to get people into that content side of things. And so there's a whole funnel we can create around that. We don't want to go too crazy, but I think that's probably one of the next pieces once we really see this listing campaign going, and once we have the newsletter functioning consistently.
It's going to take definitely some, because we're starting something new. It's going to take some time for us to get that going.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd love to see is for us to start seeing results in the listing side.
Yeah.
And I also
it's just sometimes like when you there's only so much you can do at a certain point. Like if you've only got 1 property or 2 properties that you're going, we can set those up and we kind of just have to wait, right? And see how they go. So while you're waiting, then we can work on some of these other content pieces.
Yeah. The other thing as well that we can do is making sure that the ads that are being set up, because right now, Eddie, how many ads do we have for 6 to 10? We got 4 ads. We got 4 campaigns. So we got a carousel ad. We got a video ad of the property. We got a video ad of the neighborhood. What else do we have? What's the 4th?
We have carousel, regular text, then we have carousel, little funnier text. Then we have a neighborhood video, and then we have very short property video.
Neighborhood.
Not the whole video, short. I just made it.
Can you send Joel the ad text that you selected for them and let him comment on them?
I can. It just looks different on the ad than when I just send it.
Maybe take a snap, make a screenshot of the ad.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So
Sorry,
Joel,
FedEx.
no worries. We're going past our time, so we'll wrap up. But I was asking Edgar if he can take snap text, like a snapshot of the ads that we have and the text that he has in there, and send them to you. I think that's the other key thing, is that ad really creating the need, the desire to wanna click on it? Is it written right? And we talked yesterday about maybe some of the videos adding a thumbnail with a text on it. I think Facebook doesn't do well with these, right? Facebook doesn't like text on a picture.
Not a lot, no. You can do
Yeah.
a couple words, but yeah, not a lot.
So that could be another thing that we can play with. So we got the text, we got the thumbnail. And that's pretty much it, or the carousel, the selected pictures that we choose. If we can send you these snaps, just take a look at them and tell us if you can rewrite the ads in a more compelling or stronger way. We were trying to keep one ad as a in your face, like something that is like, hey, we're here. And the other one was more like professional, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to test both approaches. I think that's it.
Sounds good. Oh, the thing we talked about last time was actually testing going straight to RLP Sphere too, right? Instead of the Facebook lead form.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday too, me and Edgar's.
Yeah.
Right now, what we decided, we're keeping it in Facebook, maybe for the 1 week.
Yeah.
Next week, maybe we can try to tweak it and take it straight to RLP Sphere. There's some technicality around if somebody signs up from RLP Sphere, how do they get that email sequence, right? So Edgar's was going to look into that. Is that right, Eddie?
Yeah, it's a little tricky because not necessarily they're gonna be signing up from that property link, right? They might be going to a different property and then deciding to sign up. So how do I know which hashtag do I relate them to based on like where they're coming from, right?
Yeah.
So that's the little technicality I gotta figure out how to make them.
It could be a manual thing. It could be after the follow-up is like, oh, you called about, I'm not sure. So that's one thing that we need to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Great work though. This campaign's looking good. And I look forward to seeing some of the numbers.
Yeah. Joel, in a month or two, we're gonna be making maybe 60, 70 leads a month from these campaigns, and we'll be
There you go.
converting 20% of them. We'll be converting into transactions, right, Eddie?
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Cool.
Thank you, Joel, for your time and your experience and your wealth of knowledge. Eddie, thank you for all the work that you're putting in.
Awesome.
Yeah, good work, Eddie.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Great to see you. Have a good one, everyone.
We'll be in touch. Bye.